Another episode of Shiny Survival, and it's been not a whole lot of actual time since I last recorded this series, but I've done a lot in between. So, first things, I got out of the mine and got myself home. Definitely like that strategy though of storing my items in the chest. So yeah, and then in the time in between that, I built a. Actually, I built a lot, so let's just go over this. So yeah, I built my wheat farm here. I got a pen of sheep and some cows. Not as many cows as there are sheep because, well, sheep I'm more using for colored wool, and cows I'm more using for, look at my inventory, steak. So yeah, that's the main things that happened up here, but you might notice there's a hole over here, which is actually a staircase. So yeah, I started making a storage room. So yeah, then this is a contraption where, I have a chest bouncing back and forth from my tree farm, so if, let's say I just go and mine away the trees, anything that falls in that water and gets pushed to that chest down there will get automatically transported into my storage chest here. And then I just have my other storage room stuff here, and oh boy, lag. So yeah. I've also been working on an enchantment room as well. So that's what I'm going to be working on in this video, as well as trying to get my levels up. Yeah, I went and just basically mined some obsidian, and I think it was down, yeah, I wanted to make it kind of separate from my house, so I decided just a little cave of enchanting, so yeah, sharpness, sweeping edge, those kinds of things I can get now, so I might enchant in between them. But yeah, so yeah, the main thing I need is leather, so, and the best way to kill cows when I'm not in my pen, because when I'm in my pen, I try and keep things contained, and I'll get raw beef instead, and then I'll later go and cook it. But when I'm just dealing with wild animals, like the wild cows, and I'm not too worried about potentially accidentally burning stuff, and of course the cows have to be right by a tree. Yeah, but I've just been coming up here doing that, and that should be enough for that cow to just drop down. Oh, he almost made it. Man, I thought that cow was gonna get away there. So close. So yeah, and then if they end up running to the water, that's just something I have to then kill them and get the raw beef instead. So I'm just gonna go around lava bucketing these cows. Ah, dang it. The lag there of it not setting it on fire and then spreading. Because, yeah. So I just needed to quickly switch, like basically place it down and pick it back up again. I find this as the funnest way to kill cows, even if it isn't the easiest. Though I think it might be the easiest as well, so. There we go. So yeah, and then sometimes I'll just stay up here throughout the night to, because I mean, I'm getting experience as I kill the cows. Yeah, and I got killed by a couple other things while trying to kill these cows, like, which is why my levels aren't as high as they should be. Because like at one point I had 18 levels and I lost them to that. Man, these cows love this mountain. No idea why. Like, whether it's over the other ridge, they just love being on this mountain range area. And it's like the hardest place to get it, because like in a wide open field I have room to run away if I go to lava bucket and something goes wrong. But yeah, and if they die due to fall damage, I think their beef becomes uncooked. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm just kind of going through lava bucketing these cows. Gonna go pick up the leather. How much leather have I gotten? 8 leather. No idea how much I need, but getting the meat doesn't hurt, so. Yep. Just kind of going through, I've started preparations for a video project that you guys probably won't see for a while. Well, I know for sure you guys aren't gonna see it for at least a month. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a new type. It's gonna be a different style of video than I've done before. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it. So, and I'm just gonna kind of spread torches around the area so that I can kind of, well, not necessarily see what I'm doing, because I can see what I'm doing just fine, but like, so that I can not get killed while I'm doing this. Man, this cow really wants to go to like the hardest place to get to. And he knows if he just stays close enough to me. Because, I mean, it's not like I'm holding wheat or anything, but if he stays close to me, I can't really lava bucket him, because I don't want to lava bucket myself. I don't know who has more health, me or the cow, but I don't want to chance it. Man, this cow really is not playing ball, like. So yeah, I'm kind of just burning away these cows. Like, I'm getting really lucky with getting, oh boy. So yeah, and then this is kind of what had been happening, because I'm lava bucketing cows. I kept accidentally milking the cows. So, yeah, that was like the only problem I encountered while doing this off camera. Because yeah, I have like 1 to 2 hours every day of time to just play on the bus. So it's a lot of time that I really can't record, but I can play, and because I just love playing. Like, there are some games that I just find way more fun when I'm recording as the preferred way to play. Then there's some games I just love playing because I love playing them. Man, like, I wish you could just turn on and off whether you wanted cows to whether you wanted to milk a cow or kill them. Yeah, that just looks terrifying. That lava stream. So we've got 16 leather right now. So I'm just gonna kind of look for a... Man, those creepers are gonna die, aren't they? I mean, I wouldn't mind those creepers dying, because that gives me a... Oh, did the lava really get just to the edge? Okay, I can handle that drop. I knew I was going to drop down there. See, I've gotten some uncooked beef. I've got 22 uncooked beef here. So I'm going to put this back in my inventory for right now, because I'm just going to go through battling to try and get my levels up, because the more bookcases you have around a thing, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but the more bookcases you have around it, the higher the level of the enchantments you can get. Also means the minimum level that you need to enchant is also lower at that point. I just want to get a bunch of these zombies as kind of tracking me, and then I want to just kill them. Because, I mean, zombies are like the easiest thing to kill. Like, I would love to have found a zombie spawner near my house. Like, it's like... So yeah, luckily I have pretty good control over this game, so I shouldn't end up jumping in the lava myself. And yep, so we got up to level 6. So yeah, I might even go and mine some of this coal around the area to mainly get up my levels. So yeah, also just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with like the other episode. So it's... Oh no, 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 no. You aren't pushing me into that lava. Now, should I go for the Enderman? Probably not, but... Yeah, let's do it. Looking down, not looking at his eyes. Oh, I was slain by the Enderman. I'm gonna just sleep quick, and then run back, grab my stuff, kill the Enderman. So, yeah, that was kind of anti-productive because I'm trying to get my levels up. But, I mean, hey, I wanted to try and get the Ender Pearl as well, because those Ender Pearls are fun to use. So yeah, that was very anti-productive, but I'm gonna be I'm gonna mine a bunch of coal like in between videos and stuff. Cause I'm pretty sure coal mining is not the most exciting thing in the world for people to watch. Now if I was going like cave mining, just like jumping from cave to cave, that kind of mining I'm sure is a lot more fun for people to watch because, well, if I die... Oh boy, my iron chestplate's almost gone. Okay, so we didn't lose... We only lost about 2 levels off of that. Like, just looking at the levels I've got now and the levels I had when I died. Okay, and all that lava's gone. See, I'm just gonna kind of mine a bit of this coal to try and get my level up so that I can at least think about chanting after this video. I'm also trying not to drag these videos on as long as I had been, because I like recording for long amounts of time, but I should really just make it multiple videos instead of just one extra long video. Especially, like, I mean, I don't know whether you guys like longer videos, like shorter videos, what you guys think is a good length, what you guys think is too long, what you guys think is too short. It's like, personally, like, I love it when, like actually, one of the things, one of my favorite YouTubers the other day, uploaded a 40-minute video, and I was really, like a 40-plus minute video, and I was excited because I can just sit down or just have that playing through earbuds while I'm doing schoolwork. And like with me, I absolutely love just watching the same. Like, I can listen to the same discussion points over and over again, and sometimes I'll just get something, like I'll hear something different in it, like depending on. Like, sometimes I'll be focusing more on it, and then like what they say might trigger me to think of something else. Like, one of the things I thought about from some Gen 8 discussion video, I don't remember which one it was, but it got me to think, well, what if we had like a, well, they kind of mentioned it in the video too, but kind of having a gym system where you can go to any gym and they'll like use the Pokemon that are around your level, and also like having different themed gyms and not just like, oh, fire, water, electric, dragon gym. And also, one thing I didn't expect to hear when I was listening to a Gen 8 discussion video, making it so that you can't use potions mid-battle. I feel like that would be a pretty good idea, because I know so many trainers, like, so many people, like, when I'm talking to them, and, like, I have a lot of friends who don't play competitive, so, when I'm talking to them about competitive Pokemon, they're usually like, just buy like 100 full restores and revives and you'll be good. And it's like, that's not how this works. So, yeah, and also getting to hear, because that video, some of the guys in it hadn't played Pokemon hadn't bought a Pokemon game since X and Y, which, I mean, I understand that the 3DS Pokemon games were not the best. Well, I mean, I personally enjoyed Sun and Moon, but they weren't, like, the best for everybody. Like, I know people personally who absolutely couldn't stand the 3D games and prefer the 2D games. So yeah, I'm just gonna head back now and go start, well, I'm thinking I'm going to enchant my sword first. Well, do I want to enchant my sword first? I want to make sure I get looting and potentially some good sharpness on it. And I think you can only get that on, like, level 20s. So I'm going to wait to enchant my sword and probably go for, like, efficiency 2 diamond pickaxe or something. And then also, well, I don't really have any armor that I think is going to stick around a whole lot longer. So yeah, and I'm just kind of using my stone pickaxe because I haven't gotten my, I'm just going to switch it out with my diamond one right now. Break breath. So yeah, and you do break blocks slower when you're underwater, it seems like. I'm not going to bother going for that coal, like, it's there. I know where to find some. Yeah, I just love having, like, this kind of terrain around my house. I mean, sure, it's not the greenest, but it has coal that's very easily accessible. So I'm just gonna go to like level 9, level 10, and then I'm gonna head down. So yeah, also, what other kinds of things would you guys like to see me build in this world? Like, would you guys like to see me go, or like what kind of goals would you like to see me go for? Like going for killing the Ender Dragon. Like what kinds of things would you guys like to see me try and accomplish in this world? But like, those are the kinds of things I haven't really tried too much. Like, I don't know why, but I never really put in the time to get all the Ender Pearls to go to the end, so I've never actually killed the Ender Dragon in survival, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that at some point. Regardless, but yeah. See, I had off camera, I had several creepers blowing up my outside, and that's why I put a torch right in the middle of my house, because I have had so many things spawn right in the center of my house. So I'm just gonna kind of put these pumpkins away. Oh. So here we go. Let's make the rest of this into paper. So now we've got the potential for 3 books, meaning 1 more bookcase. But we got plenty of leather. See, and also, if you guys would like to see me making like building and potentially playing a Hunger Games map with some friends. I mean, I don't know what's up with the servers on the new Java edition Minecraft, but recently I've noticed that they haven't been working as well as they used to, so. So, here we go. Let's just see what we have. Efficiency 3, efficiency 2, and efficiency 1. So yeah, I might just, let's see, what can I get on my iron axe? Efficiency. Actually, let's see what we can enchant our book with. Efficiency for all of those. So yeah, that's one of the things I love enchanting is enchanting a book so that I can put like sharpness onto an axe, because axes are the strongest weapon in the game. So if I can get a sharpness 2 or 3 diamond axe, that's gonna be stronger than a wooden axe is the same as a diamond sword on attack damage, just that the sword's quicker on speed. So yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of collect up this a little bit. Oh, not what I meant to place. There we go. Since I can only make paper with 3 of them, I might as well grow my sugarcane farm, and I will make a neater sugarcane farm in a little bit, but oh, so weird that you can't craft with stuff that's in your offhand, like when you have stuff in your other hand, your left hand, you can't craft with it from the crafting table, which I find really annoying. I also haven't seen any comments for other dog names, so I'm just kind of reminding you guys again to post those, let me know, because I really do look and read every single comment, so Granted, there aren't usually a lot of them, so reading all of them doesn't mean a whole lot. So, yep. So yeah, I'm just going to go through and do a quick shear around. I don't have any wheat on me, but I'm just going to kind of go through quickly shearing all of these guys. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all the wool. Just going to kind of collect it up. Maybe build something at some point. So yeah, Silk Touch is something I want to get on something at some point, like some tool. Let's throw down this rotten flesh so that I can go and pick up. And let's throw down this door. Let's place a torch in here so that everybody can see and not be... So I don't have to worry about monsters spawning in here. Oh, whoa. So yeah, so yeah, here we go. I'm also thinking about building a chicken farm in a couple of episodes, so just kind of things I'm thinking about building. I don't need one block of dirt. So here we go. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through doing the stuff I usually would be doing anyway. My wool chest is right here. So yeah, and I'm thinking about doing like pink and purple carpeting throughout that my enchanting cave. Just kind of, those are the usual like magic colors in Minecraft. So, and I might not even do carpeting. I might just do wool blocks because there are drops down in it, or I might do like oh, what's it called, I might do some wooden stairs or like some stone brick stairs and stuff with the carpets. I think that would probably be the best in between. So yeah, I will be making an anvil at some point because I really, but yeah, mining is like the best way to get your EXP up because when you go mining, you'll usually end up gathering coal, diamond, potentially redstone, potentially lapis, and then when you go back and smelt your gold and iron, and potentially cook any food that you need, you'll get more EXP from that. Like, it is literally the best method. So yeah, another thing that I'm just gonna kind of use this video to kind of talk about my thoughts on the upcoming Pokemon game, the Nintendo Switch game that is coming out this year. Let's go in here and see if we can tackle this cave. That skeleton made a friend. Did they both? Oh no, I know the skeleton killed the. I thought they might have both killed each other, and then oh well, that wasn't very tough though to beat after that. But yeah, I'd love to find like a zombie spawner somewhere nearby, because I can make an EXP farm out of that. And like, so yeah. So yeah, my thoughts on what the Pokemon game either should have or has to have in order to like save Pokemon as a well, potentially as a franchise and as a competitive sport, or as an e-sport mainly, because that's the side of things that I am most interested in, as you guys can probably tell from my mid-season showdown videos, and just the fact that I am planning on going to another mid-season showdown. Like, that kind of shows that I'm just interested in what's going on with the Pokemon Company. So yeah, I definitely think a more engaging, well, I think the first thing, I know not many people are excited to hear this, but I honestly hope that there is no, like, Pokebank across from it, because, like, across from the 3DS to the Switch, because, I just don't want the hacking to go through, like PK hacks, genning, like, even from 5th gen, Pokegen, all those kinds of things, they're just so bad for the community, because, I mean, I don't know who it was on Twitter, but someone was complaining that, they were getting bored with the Pokemon competitive scene because all they were doing is copy-pasting other people's teams, and it's like, well, if you weren't just genning in the team real quick, because you might actually find that, and also not just copy pasting someone else's team, but trying to be innovative as well. Like, I know not everybody is completely just copy pasting other people's teams, but that's just what it feels like with how many people just work together, and also with how many cheated Pokemon. And if I say gen, I'm not necessarily just talking about like Pokegen from 5th generation. I've heard people call other people incompetent for saying genning instead of hacked in because they use power saves or PK hacks, not like not the literal Pokegen, but it's still genning in Mons. So yeah, so I think it's still valid, and so yeah, that's the main thing I think that would need to happen for Pokemon as an esport to be saved. Pokemon as a franchise, though, like for just the players who play for single player, the main thing I think that the Pokemon Company would need to do to keep them around would be make the story a little bit more interesting, rather than just being like, wow, here's a gym leader, you'll have to fight your way through them and their potions and whatever other whatever kinds of potions they have, and their team of, and then also like sturdy Pokemon in the Elite Four are just irritating at this point. Like Winston from 6th generation was probably the one that annoyed me the most, because that's the Elite Four I've probably run through the most. And I don't think there was a sturdy Pokemon in the Gen 3 Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire crew, like in that group. I don't think there was one, but I mean, I might just be forgetting about an obvious sturdy user, but I mean, I don't think they had a typing that really benefits from the sturdy ability. Like, usually if there's like a rock or a steel Elite Four member, like, no idea what that was. But yeah, so, and like I think Olivia has her Probopass or whatever that has sturdy in the newer games, And I think even that guy's, the steel guy's Magnezone, what's his name? Mullane and his Magnezone, I think is even another Pokemon that I don't remember if it has Sturdy or not, but I know it's another Pokemon in the Elite Four that could have Sturdy. I don't know if it did. I haven't really played through the Elite Four and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that much because there are better experience methods. But yeah, so yeah, those are kind of my main thoughts on what Pokemon would need to do as a game and as a esport to try and save their competitive scene that they have. Like, those are probably the two biggest things that they would need to do. And also, keep the Nintendo Switch hack-proof. That's kind of more of a hope and dream, but I kind of secretly know that it's probably not going to happen, because considering how quickly Pokemon Sun and Moon were broken into, and like the fact that people were playing the game a week before it came out through pirating. So yeah, I know it's not a perfect system yet, but one can hope. So I'm just kind of going through. Do I have a chest for coal? I don't remember if I did have one for coal. Yeah, no, I don't, but oh well. I'll just carry this coal on me for a little bit. So yeah, and I don't know how long this video's been going on for so far. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna probably enchant something before I want to enchant something before the end of the video. What would my bow get at Unbreaking? I could get, so yeah, and then I would need to get about 10 more levels to get power 2. Or not power 2, power 3. Yeah, so those are some of my thoughts. I'm hoping that it's a big, like, not necessarily completely open world, but yeah, I think a fairly open world Pokemon game. And I just saw my minecart go by, but yeah, a fairly open world Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. Like, from what I've heard, Breath of the Wild was pretty good scale for like an open world game in general. And then like the other like the Mario Odyssey are like some good games to kind of compare it to, because they're like the big Mario and the big launch Legend of Zelda game for Nintendo Switch. But yeah, basically. And another thing I would like to see for, like, I don't know how many people would like it or even think about this for an idea, but one thing I was kind of just thinking about when I was looking back at the release for the Virtual Console of Red and Blue versions, where they were just like, one available on the eShop tomorrow. I think that would be actually a pretty cool idea for the Pokemon game. Like, just no information about it. Like, I understand that, like, at least from the fan perspective, Pokemon Sun and Moon apparently did too much information. I don't feel that way. But, yeah, like, I would just like to see that as a kind of like, let's say a May release for this new game. Like, I would love to see this, like, an early summer release for the game. get it in sooner rather than later. So yeah, and I just placed that sugarcane to mark where the saplings need to start growing over here, because I only have a certain amount of string over it at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to my house real quick, grab my saplings, and go and replant those trees. But yeah, just kind of going through my other thoughts. But yeah, like, let's say like mid to late May, we get a quick trailer like showing starter Pokemon and stuff, and then we get like a launching worldwide tomorrow. That would be like, I know it doesn't seem like it would be good for Pokemon because of just the surprise factor, but I feel like that would be a pretty interesting way for them to tackle it. And I know I'm probably the only person who thinks that would be good. I mean, sure, it would also be good for the smaller YouTubers who wow, actually, I don't think it would be that much different for the smaller YouTubers. Like, I know back in like 5th gen, it would just be like, oh, hey, there's a new game out. Like, I wouldn't see any of the news. Like, granted, I was growing up through this. Like, as a little kid, it would just be like, oh, there's a new game around. And I would never see like any news about it. I would only see like box art, and I would usually end up with the legendary Pokemon I was not looking like. Usually, I would pick based off of the legendary Pokemon of the box, and like, I think it was Pokemon White. I wanted the white fire dragon, but apparently the white fire dragon is in Pokemon Black. So yeah, that was something that happened. So yep, that bone will be back in my storage room unless I get back down here quick enough and can grab it. I'm just gonna throw these things in here. So yeah, those are just kind of my introductory thoughts. Let me know if you guys would like me to do a more in-depth video, because I'm sure I could do a more in-depth video on this. Yeah, this was just kind of a topic for me to talk about while I just kind of do these other more mundane style tasks. So yeah, just trying to think of something else to talk about that I haven't already talked about when it comes to it. The launching a summer release, I think, would be nice, because then you well, for me, a summer release would be actually probably not as good, because with my birthday in summer, I would probably end up having to wait for my birthday to get the game. But yeah, yeah, for like a summer release, I feel like that would be really cool, because first off, Pokemon has done summer releases before. Black and White 2, I think, were released in like June, July-ish, if I remember it right. I mean, I wasn't following the news back then, but I think I remember when I was looking back into it to see when we could get Sun and Moon news. And Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon news, mainly because remake games usually follow each other. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through, working on upgrading this thing. But yeah, I know that they have done summer like launches for Pokemon before, so it wouldn't be like outside the box to assume that they could pull off a summer launch. And I think it, like, with how much excitement there is for Pokemon Ultra Sun and or not Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, for Pokemon Nintendo Switch, and that's just what I'm calling it because we don't have a game title yet. Yeah, because of the excitement around it and the anticipation for it. I feel like Pokemon really could just release it at any point. Like, even if they have, like, the most garbage release date, they would still, like, there would still be plenty of people buying it on launch day. Mainly YouTubers like, well, probably me. And I know a bunch of other YouTubers that would get it on like, midnight release as well. So yeah, I know, definitely people would buy it regardless of when it came out. It's not like a summer launch would, or like a like, let's say an August launch for the Pokemon game. It's not like it would completely end, like, be a flop on the start. But yeah, also, getting kind of like a battle simulator, like an official Pokemon battle simulator, I feel like would be a cool concept to do. There we go. Took out that creeper. I feel like that's the first creeper in a while I've actually been able to take out rather than blowing it up. So, yeah. Here we go. So, yeah. So, I feel like no matter when it comes out, people would buy it. So, I'm not saying they should save it for, like, a summer launch or anything, but I also don't believe the people saying that it's going to be a 2019 game. Like, we have no reason to believe that, so not to mention just the fact that I don't want to believe that it's going to be later. I want to believe that it's going to be an early release, but yeah, at this point I'm not too hopeful unless they do what I said about, like, launching worldwide tomorrow. I feel like it's impossible to get a summer launch at this point, just because of the just like the amount of news that Pokemon usually likes to put out about their new game before the new game comes out. I just feel like it would be too uncharacteristic of them to just, and I realize that this is completely contradictory to what I said earlier, but I feel like it would be a little, like, it would be a stretch for the launching worldwide tomorrow, but there's no way, if they're gonna give a bunch of news about it, that it could be a summer launch, unless it gets delayed to 2019, which would not be a good thing, but it's also not something that we should expect either, because, well, they said they wanted it for 2018, and I think they can pull it off. Like, I think they'll do whatever is needed to try and get it out for 2018 to try and keep the fans happy, or as happy as they can, because I know there are plenty of people who are just who just are mad at Game Freak overall, like, for all the stuff they've been doing. Like, another thing I kind of thought about would be, like, the Puzzle Master guy from ORAS, and I think he was in Ruby Sapphire, the originals as well, but the guy who had like who would just set up his house differently after like every gym that you complete, and you have to do that kind of puzzle. I feel like something like that for different gyms, so like each one of those would be a different gym. I feel like that would be an interesting way to go about it. I don't know, like, if that's something that Pokemon would end up doing, but, I mean, shows that they're willing to at least put it in the games. Also, hopes for an arcade or slots of some kind coming back into the game. Like, I know we can't really, like, with gambling laws and stuff, maybe a full-on casino can't come back, like the spinny ball game where you spin the roulette and whatever. But I mean, even just like give us an arcade where we can like load up like a video game style thing and earn points, and also make it one universal currency. Like, I do not like the fact that like all the festival coins that I'm getting, I pretty much have to use them in the festival plaza, and then like the Pokemiles from X and Y, like, just make it all one system. Like, either make it all battle points, make it all festival coins, whatever you need to do to make it all the same currency. Like, that is something I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it would be good if it did happen. So, yeah, just kind of going through my thoughts. Yeah, so also with like the fakes, with like the Sun and Moon, or not the Sun and Moon, the Pokemon Switch starter fakes that have already come out, and were disproven almost immediately. And the reason they disproved them was because so many people were falling for them so quickly. And yeah, I mean, the Pokemon community definitely is not doing anything to help the health of their game, like the health of the Pokemon games. We as the Pokemon community have not been doing much to try and help the health of the game. I realize there probably isn't much we could have done, but what little we could have done, I feel like we just haven't been doing. Like, I honestly think hacking is like the biggest thing killing the Pokemon scene, at least competitively. And I mean, even the casual players who might be interested in competitive, I mean, due to the hacking and making all the teams look so similar, a lot of people that I know just aren't interested because it's such a, like, it's literally just Landorus, it's just Landorus, Tapu, if you're going to run weather, or what your check to weather is going to be, a Chansey check, and I forgot to grab Lapis. But yeah, it's basically you bring a check to Chansey as your 6th Mon, and then like a Tapu, a weather, a Landorus, and then that's pretty much. And then, oh yeah, your Mega, usually Mega Kangaskhan. So, yeah. Plus, any other Fake Out or Intimidate Mons that you want to use as well can just be teched into that team. And there you go. You've got a VGC 2019 team, or a VGC 2018-2019 team. So yeah. And I mean, even the people at, like, even the not the tournament officials, but like the guys that go there to play in the Pokemon tournaments, they even admit that pretty much that's what the scene is at this point, is just and it's kind of sad that it's literally just Tapu's Landorus and Omega, and then whatever other 1 or 2 tech mons you want to run. I also wish there was a little bit more that you could run as well. So I could do efficiency 2 or blast protection. Might just enchant it directly onto what piece of armor of mine has the most durability. I might go make a second chest plate actually and just enchant it directly with like protection 2 or whatever. So yeah, I think I've said pretty much everything I can on the Pokemon Nintendo Switch game. If Pokemon really wanted to get crazy, they could try going for more than 6 Pokemon available in your party, but I feel like that would just but I mean, I like the idea that you only get 6 Pokemon because it makes you have to think wisely on your choice of what 6 you want to use versus just bringing all of them. But yeah, and then oh yeah, here we go. Here's one other thing I thought about as well, like because the people I was watching the video on, they were mentioning how like there isn't enough optional things in the Pokemon games. So like not like enough optional side quests and stuff. So here's what I kind of thought of as an optional side quest. Who here remembers AJ's Gym from the original series of Pokemon, like the original Pokemon anime? AJ and his Sandshrew, like, just make like impossibly high level gyms that aren't, and like you just have to beat 8 of them, because like there's Gary with his 10 badges, showing that there are more gyms than we get to encounter in the Pokemon games. But of course, we only get to see a couple of them. But yeah, this is a really good chest plate as well now that I'm looking at it. Not gonna switch over quite yet though. But yeah, so that's something I feel like could really be awesome. Like, I don't know if Pokemon would do it. Again, like, a lot of these things are just no one outside of Game Freak and the Pokemon Company knows what they could possibly do, and also what they are willing to do. Like, I know they've, like, one of the things that kind of helped disprove the starter Pokemon fakes that came out was information was a thing from Game Freak saying that they don't want to make their Pokemon, like the starter Pokemon, look too cool because they want the personalities to shine too. And I mean, this is why I definitely push the limits on how cool a starter Pokemon could look. And I don't think they would push it twice in a row on the grass type. But yeah, so yeah, yeah, I definitely think having like I don't know, was Lieutenant Surge's, like, what level was Lieutenant Surge's Raichu in Pokemon Yellow? It was like, but yeah, that was his only Pokemon. But but it was like higher level. But yeah, just having like have like 10 to 12, maybe even 15 gyms if they really want to stretch it, and then you just have to beat 8 of them to go to the Pokemon League, and then you can use the other ones as training or just like pick and choose. Like, let's say my team I'm building up has a big weakness to electricity. Well, if there's an electric gym, I can avoid that one by taking on a different gym. I feel like that would just be a really cool way to do it. And I mean, multi-region, I feel like would be the best way to pull it off. Like if you have multiple regions, it would be the best way to justify it. But then it would be like these 2 regions have their own Pokemon leagues, and you would need 8 badges from those specific regions to compete in their league. Also, I think something more like I think another problem, at least in my opinion, with like the Pokemon games versus the anime, is with the Pokemon anime having like a tournament style league, and then the winner of that league gets to go on to face the Elite Foreign champion potentially, versus in the Pokemon games you just basically get to go and challenge the champion. You don't actually need to battle any other trainers who were on the same journey as you at the same time. And I feel like that would be actually a pretty cool way to go about it. Like if you have like if they have some like, let's say a roster of like 20 trainers, kind of like Pokemon World Tournament or Battle Tree style trainers. So like the preschoolers and some ace trainers and some veterans and stuff, or like the kinds of people you would run it, or maybe even just no preschoolers, but just like the people you would run into on Victory Road, just in like a tournament style. And then the winner and then if you make it through that, then you get to go on to either just battle the champion straight up, like I think it was 5th gen that the guy who won got to go straight on to battle the champion Alder, but then got completely bodied. But yeah, I feel like something along those lines would be a cool addition to the Pokemon games as well. Like, of course, everything I'm saying in this video is purely speculation, but I feel like a lot of this could be pretty cool to see. Like, also, if we could get a cul-de-sac style, like a central starting area, and then like the starting area is like a circle-shaped town, and then you can just kind of walk around the cul-de-sac and then leave from multiple different points to go towards different cities and different gyms. And then also having like, I liked it in the original games where Victory Road was like right near the the starter towns, like where you could pretty much walk to the entrance to Victory Road from the starting town. I mean, you would have no way of getting in because even if they didn't have a badge requirement, you would not be able to beat the the first level trainer that you would need to prove your worth to get onto Victory Road. Like, they usually have that, and this might be a cool cave to go check out after the video. But yeah, so I think I've jabbered on long enough. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment your thoughts on the Gen 8 Pokemon discussion, and yeah, have a nice day.